Alright, again, part 2, it's just for the sake to make the videos shorter, so they're faster to upload. I don't want to have to upload a 30-minute video. That genuinely gets on my nerves. So, yeah, I'm happy I got the PlayStation. I'm glad June's over. I'm excited for the month of July. I'm nervous at the same time because I start my new job on the 15th, and my last day is the 10th. So I got these next 3 days, today and the next 2 days, and then all of next week, and that's it. And then I will no longer work for ABM. So, other than that, I think I wrapped up the weekend. I just didn't get a chance to talk about my PlayStation very much, but now I want to do an actual video on it, but I don't know if it's a good thing to show where you have it set up and all that stuff, and it's just like, my tongue keeps scraping on my tooth. It's getting on my nerves. Every time I talk, that happens. I mean, like, for long periods of time. So, yesterday was quite the day. Monday, June 30th. Today's July 1st again. So, yesterday. How was yesterday? So, well, I go in yesterday morning, and I'm on floors, I'm on sanitation. Lily's there, and she's finally in better health. Everybody thought she was pregnant for a bit, but she's not. So she's actually in better health, which is good. And Amino's gone. Amino's name was erased off the board. Her name was crossed out of the sign-in sheet. And yes, nobody threw a party for that girl when she left, because, it's sad to have to talk about people like that, but she was an awful person. She was not a very nice person to work with for anybody. She expected people to kiss her ass.
Red light camera ahead.
She expected people to kiss her ass, and no one was going to kiss her ass. Yeah, no one's going to kiss that girl's ass. And she's not a very good liar either. So, but yeah, she finished up her last week, and that was it. Her last week, and that was it. But sadly, Selena got fired. Selena no longer works there anymore, which is really fucking sad, but the girl would not show up. She wouldn't show up. And I don't blame them, honestly. I don't blame her for not wanting to work there anymore, but she should have said something. She should have said something to the nature of, I just don't want to work here anymore, I quit. But she kept no call, no showing for a long time, and not a long time, she would just keep making excuses not to come into work. And you never know if they're real or not, but she kept being like, oh, my cat's at the vet, my car broke down, I got in another car accident with my brother, so I'm out all week. It's just like, dude, seriously? But yeah, last week she didn't show up, she didn't call or say nothing, so they deactivated Selena's shit and her card and just said, bye, can't come in now, you're done. So now she no longer works there. She doesn't work there either, so that's another one who's gone. Which really, for her, that really sucks, because I did like Selena. I did get along with the girl, but, yeah, that was just it. It was just, every week she was gone for a day of some kind, or showed up late till noon, But no, yeah, she's no longer working there anymore. They erased her name, and so people suspect she might have already gotten another job, but didn't say anything. She should have done that. You know, she should have said something to them. Yeah, she should have said something to them, but she did not. And Norma got moved to another building for the week, supposedly for the week. So here's hoping they'll keep her ass there if the week goes well. You know, but I'm only there for 2 more weeks. It's gonna suck for the people there to keep getting haggled on, but you know, it's not gonna be my problem anymore after next week. It never really was my problem, or I mean, it was, because she would do it to me too. She would talk shit to Judith about me and all that stuff. So they finally moved her ass out, at least for the week. So at least I got the second and last week of a break. So, yeah, I'm going to do what I can to get into this lane too. So, yeah, that was kind of a bit of a shock, not a shocker really, you know. I mean, I felt bad for it for a good bit, but I'm just like, you know, if you're upset about, I know she was upset about the whole art thing too, but it was just like, you know, as long as she ain't looking at me about that, you know, as long as she's not upset with me, because I did her a fucking favor, you know. The idea of women genuinely getting upset when people say something about stuff like that, when they are a victim of that stuff, just fucking baffles me. But again, I'm just theorizing. I don't know if she actually is upset with me or not, or if she genuinely has stuff going on outside of work and just you never know. You never know what people saw. I'm just saying, as long as it has nothing to do with being upset with me, because I did her a favor, because he said something to me too, and not just Selena, you know. He said something to other people too, you know. And he had to be taken care of. So Selena, all the best to you wherever you go, whatever you're doing. But yeah, you should have said something. You know, you should have said something. You know, you don't. It's not good for people to just not come back, not say anything, and you know, that's not good. It's not a good habit. But other than that, the day was pretty much a normal day. Yeah, there wasn't really much else to it. Everyone was in a pretty good mood. I was, you know, considering Amina was gone, probably people were in a better mood, because that girl just dragged the fucking energy out of everybody, bro. Amina just dragged the fucking energy out of everybody, dude, all the time. So, yeah. And then Lily, man, that girl, bro. I ended up giving her a ride home yesterday, and thankfully she lived a lot closer than I thought, you know, because I wouldn't have been able to get her home, but I think I might see Consuelo today. If Carrie is not here, I'll probably ask if Consuelo can team up with me on sanitation. If Consuelo's here. Because someone's supposed to be coming in on Tuesday, I think. That's not a bad idea, actually. I'll see if Carrie... You know, because Carrie couldn't make it in yesterday, so who knows if she'll make it in today. But she's going to have to try, you know. She's not the kind of person like Selena to just say fuck off for the week. She'll try to get here. Or get a ride from Candace or something like that. So that's probably another chance, too. She'll probably be here 7 right now, you know, and all that. So we'll see. But, yeah, you know, I went home after I dropped Lily off. And played PlayStation for a while. And I had a gruesome fucking headache, man. My head was just pounding, killing me yesterday, man. I was just like, oh, my God, dude. I felt so sick. But, yeah, we had kind of just scramble for food and all that stuff, and wasn't fun. You know, we still can't seem to figure out what we're doing for the 4th of July, which no one's really too hyped for. I'm like asking people, are you getting hyped for the 4th? And they're like, no, we don't really know what the fuck to do, because we didn't go to the reservation. We're tired of going to these same places. You know, I love Muckleshoot, but I have people there who I don't want to be around, some family members who frequent Muckleshoot. You know, they like to go to Muckleshoot, you know, and I don't want to be anywhere near where these people go. I know that's sad to say, because I could say fuck them and just go anyway, but I don't want to be anywhere near where I know they're associated with, personally. But I love Muckleshoot. If they still want to go to Muckleshoot, then fuck it. But, you know, it's like with the fucking casino. When I bumped into them that night on my birthday, you know, but they didn't expect me to be at the casino. They didn't expect that. But and then, you know, Muckleshoot. They like to go to Muckleshoot. And, they like to go, you know, that bitch of an aunt of mine likes to fucking Uber Eats at Fred Meyer and Costco all the time. You know, we bumped into her twice, and I bumped into her at Fred Meyer. You know, it's a fucking parasite. She's a parasite, you know. But it's for work. That's what she's there for. It's for work. But after what she'd done to us, you know, it's just... after all they did to us, it's like... I don't want anything to do with the places they go to, you know, personally. Because I ain't afraid of them. I'm not afraid for them. I'm afraid of myself. I'm afraid of me, myself, and I. And they stated they're scared of me. They did. But you don't want to live with people fearing you, but sometimes with assholes like that, it's just, you got to, you know? I couldn't help but smile when she told me that back in 2022 in Georgia. Then my anger kind of, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I shouldn't be putting that on YouTube, though. But, oh, well, it's, you know, I'm a nice guy, you know, but Just don't get on my bad side. You know? So, I mean, like, you know, in general, I'm not, you know, just with really deep shit. I mean, on the bad side with deep shit. Like what they did, what they done. So Tyler called me last night, and oh man, that's so weird because he was on my mind yesterday, but I wasn't thinking about him really in a good way, you know, but he was on my mind. I have a soft spot for that guy, you know. I sure I can get pissed off and whatever, but he didn't really do anything wrong per se, but I had to snap at him a bit yesterday too, because I told him I bought the PlayStation, and he was like, why did you get the PlayStation? I'm like, because I'm tired of Xbox, dude. I'm tired of Xbox. I love my Xbox. I love what I got, but I needed something for me. I needed something for myself, you know. I needed to do it for me. You know, I'm tired of buying consoles for everybody else. And I told him, nobody even plays with me. Nobody plays with me. I don't talk to TJ. I don't talk to anybody. So I just fucking don't care. You know, I don't care anymore. You know, I did it for me. And then we started talking about his uncle. And I was right. The reason he never shared his games with me was because the fact that I had anger issues. And that made sense. So I told him, he should have addressed that with me. That's not something you just keep on snagging the controller away. It's his controller. It's his right to not let me play anything at all. But I told Tyler, I always thought he just favorited him. I always thought he just favorited him. That's why I thought he never let me play the control or get the controller. I always thought he favorited him. And I told Tyler, if he didn't act like such a dick about it, you know, he should have addressed it instead of acting like a dick about it. That's what I told him. And he was like, yeah, well, in his defense, I'm like, dude, he's fucking 13 years older than me. He should know how to act. Like, you know, if I was 8, he was fucking 21. Like, he should know how to fucking address, I'm sorry, dude, but, you know, you have a habit of getting pissed off and breaking shit. And I can't trust you on my games. You know, he should have fucking said that instead of just constantly yanking the controller, being like, no, you're not playing. He wasn't very good at that. He was not very good at being direct like that. He kind of was ass backwards because this whole time he made me think he just favorited Tyler more, gave him the player one and all that stuff. And I was just always been that go fuck yourself attitude for years after that. But then it didn't dawn on me until recently about that. But yeah, but anyway, I'm here at work. I'm gonna get going so I told him I don't hold grudges on him about that, but he needs to learn how to address people about shit like that, not the way he did it with me, because that wasn't it. And he was like, yeah, well, in his defense, I was like, I don't care in his defense. I don't care what the fuck his defense is. He should have known. You know? I don't give a fuck what kind of defense you got for him. It's the way it is. But anyways, bye for now.